Give me a hash if I ever doing your Falch Game channel. Today I'm going to be doing a wee bit of talking about pedals. What pedals do I use? What pedals do I have? Now, I was supposed to do this video a few days ago. A few technical difficulties. I've had to come back and shoot it again. That's why it's took so long to come up. But we'll try and get it on as soon as possible. We'll start at the beginning of the chain. This wee one here sits upside down because it's a wee channel splitter. Your guitar coming in here into 2 amps, or you can I have it upside down when I'm working because, well, two guitars gone in, then that line comes out into a tuner, away we go. So I've got two guitars running into the same pedal board. Next, every pedal board should have one chromatic tuner. Bog standard, you're going to need one of these wherever you go. I've got, I can supplement this one because it's not the best of dials on it. I'd say the Boss one was definitely better because you can get a more accurate reading on it. But if I'm doing any kind of technical work with the guitar as to intonation and anything like that, I tend to use a wee clip-on tuner. Next in the queue we go to the graphic equaliser. It's not just a wee Behringer model. It's sturdy enough, a hard plastic shell. They can get stamped on. They've been kicked. They've played gigs. They can handle what they've got. From reviews that I've noticed, they're actually the same pedals the same components that would be in the Boss pedals as well. So ideally, in theory, that should mean that any sound you can get with one of the Boss pedals, you can get with one of these ones. From personal preference, I reckon you probably could. I've ken a few folk that probably would argue with me, but hey, what can you do? Up here at the back, just above our graphic equaliser, we have a wee ultra chorus pedal, the Behringer UC200 and the Behringer Vintage Delay VD400. Both of these pedals, I don't tend to use them as much. Neither do. To be honest, I've built the pedal board so that the front line is the pedals that I use regularly, the back line are the pedals that I maybe bought for the sake of having them, maybe bought for a general purpose, like the wee Sonic Bay channel splitter pedal. It's bought for a specific purpose, and unless you're playing gigs on stage with two guitars, keeping a backup, you don't really need this particular one. But my family were loving enough to buy me this pedal for Father's Day last year, so it was a welcome addition to get added onto the board. That's pretty much the case with these two pedals. I don't really play much music that would merit having either of these. I am working with a project, however, where they might come in handy. I do intend on adding a video on where I try to use a few of these pedals, and I'll see if I can get the facilities to shoot a pedal board demonstration video once the pedal board is actually complete, because as you can tell, it's a couple of sanded down boards that came for a pallet project over the lockdown period. We'll take a step down from the vintage delay back onto the front portion of the board, and we have the Behringer Ultra Metal UM300. This pedal gives you multiple different effects. There's a wee 3-band EQ, handy for numerous different distorted effects. You can play rock, you can play the metal, you can play punk. That is a kind of jack of all trades pedal, but the metalhead, the 16-year-old metalhead that would jump about to Metallica inside me, this is definitely the pedal I would go for, definitely on a budget as well. That is one of the things that kept me loyal to these Behringer pedals. Is I think the most expensive one I've bought has been about 25, probably 25, £30 on Amazon. The handy pedals for beginners, if you just want to dabble in using pedals, if you want to try and build up a wee collection like me. I've got sound engineer training. You can get effects that you can get in recording studios using these wee cheap pedals. and you're definitely going to get effects that can match some of the multi-effects units that you can buy on the market, can match some of the effects processors built into some of the amplifiers that are on the market. Next in line, we go back up, and we have the Behringer noise reducer NR300. This, more often than not, was used as a on-off switch on stage, to be honest. You would get your noise reduction, but you'd still get a wee bit of electronic noise through it, a wee bit of amp buzz. So I always had it set. You've got the options here. You can have it as a mute switch or a reduction switch. Your threshold and your decay ranges there. Cracking wee compressor pedal. What more can be said for it? It can make loud things even louder. Next in line, we jumped in and we have the looper pedal, because why would you have it anywhere else in the chain except at the end? You want to be able to take anything you're producing with these, take it to here, play it, stamp on the pedal, play away, stamp again, the pedal keeps playing it back. You can reset your pedals and go for a completely different sound. Something I've been tinkering with at the moment has been moving the faders real low on the graphic equalizer and recording bass riffs and lead melody lines using the looper pedal kind of process, layering stuff over and over again. It's something that, as I said before, I've got sound engineer training, so I done it at college. It's been something that tinkering with, it's kind of became a new passion of mine again over the lockdown period, so working on a few of them, and I will in fact use that in a possible idea in the future where I'll use the pedal board in a live setting, full live setting due to the current situations, and possibly film what's going on with what pedals at what moment while the songs are being recorded. So there's a wee insight into some of the pedals that I use. Like I say, I don't use all of them all the time. There's actually times where I'll pick up an acoustic guitar and sit and strum away. There's more often than not, I'll just run the guitar straight into the amp. Sometimes it's easier that way. If you're like me, you don't drive, so sometimes getting to jam sessions is a bit of a pain in the ass when you're carrying amps and bags full of pedals, bags full of leads, plus a hard case. What more can I say? Hope you enjoyed it. Tune in again next time for the continuation of the guitar project, the guitar collection.